Yeah, and we will do in but a moment. But first, we need to discuss the small matter of that's right, wasn't it? This steel cage match for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
I've seen some steel cages before. You know, it was, you know, it I can't keep a straight face. This was fucking incredible, mate. Oh my Christ almighty.
This is for me, my favorite win for a title in AEW's history, by a margin, because I don't like the Young Bucks. I don't. I think they finger themselves. They smell their own farts. You can tell that. They clearly love each other and they adore themselves and they're marks for themselves. And I don't mind that to a certain extent. They do have some good matches, but I always feel that they have better matches when they're wound in a little bit, or if they go to do something like this, where it's just a fucking bloodbath of lunacy. The match is great. The spots are crazy. If I was being really hypercritical, because I've seen people saying that's one of the best matches they've ever seen, I don't think that's the case. I think I've seen better wrestling matches by far, and I think I've also seen better gimmick matches. But I was so emotionally invested. Some people will say the Young Bucks have done a good job because you hate them that much. I hate them because I don't enjoy watching them. I fast forward a lot of their matches. I'll be fucking brutally honest with you. I find their matches to be very boring, very kind of, like I say, they look like a couple of lads who just like the smell of their own farts. And it's not my cup of tea. It's not. Good for you if you enjoy the Young Bucks. My friend Amy loves the Young Bucks and she has a great time watching them. That's great. You should enjoy what you enjoy. Me personally, don't like them at all. And I don't like them because they're just not my cup of tea. It's not because they're good at being heels. I don't think they're very good heels. I think they're just unbelievably too stupid and comedic for me to take them seriously. Like I look at them and think, in a street fight, in a proper fight, I could probably fucking do you some serious damage. So, I don't.
No one likes a fuckboy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a good fuckboy character and things like that, but you've still got to be legitimate, and they just don't feel that legit to me.
Nah.
But enough about that. This is about the Lucha Brothers finally getting what they deserve. They've been in this company, since the earlier days. A couple of years, they came in. Obviously, they had that famous match. Obviously, didn't they? They've got the Young Bucks number, definitely. They had the Escalera de la Muerte, which is the Stairway to Hell ladder match, which was sick, obviously. And once again, you could argue Lucha Brothers got by far and away the best match you'll see out of the Young Bucks. It got a bit carny with the shoes as well. I like a pair of Jordans, man. I like a pair of Jordans. But, by the way, I had to work really hard to buy those. Not like the Young Bucks, which is like, and good for you if you got money to spend it. But, I thought that the thumbtacks on the underside, I've seen it before when they were in PWG and they wrestled Candice LeRae and Redacted. And ultimately, it was fun. It's a nice nod to the 2,000 PWG fans that bought it on pay-per-view, but if we're being honest, but I thought it was a bit over the top. But when they won the belts, I had to really stop myself from crying, especially with the family in the front row and stuff. And these are two guys who I think are one of the best tag teams in the history of Lucha Libre wrestling and in the history of the modern era of wrestling. And yet somehow I feel up until this point, AEW has done a bad job of booking them. A really bad job. A lot of times.
Absolutely, they have.
Separating them, we are going to celebrate AEW's incredible booking here and finally putting them over. But we also have to point out that you took your fucking time. And some of the booking you did was terrible. And also, these guys were heels 6 weeks ago. Now they're face. Pac's not here, but he's kind of with them. But he's kind of not because he's with Andrade. And apparently we're going to get Pac and Andrade on Rampage, which means Dynamite and Rampage are both absolutely must-see products. Bottom line, the Lucha Brothers won. And that's all I cared about. And the fact that they're the tag team champions and the fact that they are representing the Latin culture and the Lucha Libre culture and AAA and so many different things that have come before them. And it was done in such a beautiful and emotional way. And the Chicago crowd helped make that moment. They were fucking fantastic. They were really behind them. And I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that the elite thing has kind of run its course a little bit, which is why I'm a little bit concerned about what they have done with it at the end. But what a special moment to see the Lucha Brothers win the tag titles. They're very, very inspirational to me, especially Penta. He's inspired a lot of my wrestling style in the ring. And yeah, I'm super emotional, super proud on a very, very tough couple of weeks for me personally to see something like that and just kind of reinvigorates my spirit a little bit, as did the whole pay-per-view, to be fair. This was an awesome moment.
The first time I ever saw the Lucha Brothers live, I saw them. It was Impact's Rebellion 2018, I think, when they faced Proud and Powerful in that ladder match in the main event. And I'd heard of them and stuff, and I loved them, but that match right there was Ray Phoenix is not human. I mean, none of those four gentlemen are human. They are something else. And
Ray Phoenix
I fell
is
in
the
love.
best luchador in the world.
I fell in love with them right then and there. When I saw them signed for AEW, and they, went face to face with the Bucks, because I didn't mind the Bucks at the time. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking sick. And that ladder match was incredible. And then I've been waiting for 2 years. Everyone's been waiting 2.5 years for the Lucha Brothers to finally get their due. And they get this incredible cage match, that emotional ending when Penta's wife and 3 daughters come through. He's all beaten up, he's bloody. They all took a hell of a shellacking from
what
each
an
other.
immortal image of the blood through his mask and with his face painted and that.
Oh,
what a look that man has. Amazing, both of them, but especially him. Penta is there's nobody like that in the wrestling world that looks that good, who has that kind of range with his gear, the aesthetics, the presentation, and yet the sheer brutal physicality. I liken him to an old school kind of assassin. He's the Penta for me wouldn't be out of place in a cyberpunk game or something, like a Mexican, cyberpunk's actually kind of Latin based. I'd love to see him in there just fucking crawling out of a vent, breaking someone's fucking shoulder out and then just disappearing. He's that kind of guy. It was great.
It was Zero Fear awesome. Personified, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cero Miedo in full effect.
I need Lucha Brothers gear. I don't have any. I need a lot of it.
Yeah, and I need AEW to start fucking having a British store so I can get this shit in, or just come over here so I can just buy all the merch at the table. I will approach. I'll be like, yo, give me, where is all your Lucha Brother stuff? I'll take it all in XXL. Now fuck off. Amazing.
I'll buy it and ship it out to you.
Yeah. By the way, Ray Phoenix doing the splash off the top, masterful.
I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah. Not perfection, but pretty close. I'd say pretty good.